Sibling Rivalry. Once upon a time there was a boy named Jack. Jack was 4 years old and Jack was the only child in his family. He was born to two parents who loved him greatly. Jack was treated very well by his parents and they spoiled him greatly. Every day, Jack would wake up. His parents would have his favorite breakfast already prepared for him on the table. They would then ask Jack what he wanted to do today, and Jack would tell his parents whatever he wanted to do, and that's what they would do for the day. Every day, these same things would happen, and Jack felt very happy as the only child in his family. And he was very thankful for his parents for such a blessing towards him. Jack loved his life and couldn't imagine it any differently. However, one day, his parents found out that they were going to have another child. Jack was very excited once he found out that he was going to have a brother. He had never imagined having a brother, and he was very excited for his brother to come into the family. Once Jack's new brother was born, Jack was very happy. Jack would help his mom and dad take care of his new baby brother, and Jack loved to play with his brother. However, one day, Jack woke up and noticed that his favorite breakfast was not on the table prepared for him. He also noticed that his parents never bothered to ask Jack what he wanted to do today. Jack was upset. Today Jack wanted to go fishing with his dad at the pond down the road. Jack ran up and down the house looking for his mom and dad, wondering where they were. Jack then found his parents playing with his younger brother. His mom was making his brother laugh while his dad built his younger brother a tower to knock over, and then all start over again. Jack noticed that his brother, mother, and father were all laughing together, and it didn't look like they wanted to include Jack at all. Jack ran up to his dad and tackled his dad and began play fighting like they always used to do when Jack was younger. Jack knew something didn't feel right, and his dad still did not look pay any attention to Jack, and he focused completely on Jack's younger brother. Jack then decided to ask his father if he wanted to go fishing today because Jack had been looking forward to this for weeks. As Jack asked, his father stuttered, and eventually told him that he was busy playing with his younger brother and that they would go another time. As years went by, Jack was now 14 and his brother was 10. Jack did not have the same relationship with his parents as his brother did, and he missed the way that he used to be when he was younger and the only child in his family. Jack disliked his brother, and they argued over everything. All Jack wanted to do was gain the favor of his parents back, but that seemed impossible for Jack to do. No matter what he did, Jack couldn't do it. Jack's brother was given many more privileges than Jack had been given at his age, and Jack was really struggling to deal with this. Jack had just gotten a cell phone last month. His parents had given his younger brother a cell phone just 2 days earlier. Jack and his brother continued to try and outdo each other in everything they did to gain their parents' approval, continuing on into high school, and everything they did. In sports, academically, and being a better child. Jack fell into leaning on society and felt that he needed to be the best at sports and academically. The rivalry between the two spiraled on and continued on. Jack felt depression and felt alone. The relationship with his parents was no longer there and he needed someone to lean on. He was alone and he felt like there was nothing he could do to change that. He was depressed and in a major sense of confusion. He was searching for someone to have a close relationship with and to fill the void that his parents totally left him. He hoped that his brother would have been there for him and they would never have had the relationship that they had, and as bad as it really was. He knew that the relationship with his mother, father, and brother was never going to be there because of how they grew up together. His parents never set good role models as the parents that he should be for his kids someday. He was confused at what lied before him and what his future held. Jack didn't know what was going to come in the future. He had no idea who he was going to rely on and not having a good relationship with anyone in his family. The rivalry between him and his brother resulted in a total loss of relationship with his entire family. Jack was hopeless and he was striving for something more. There was nothing he could do. Jack eventually graduated high school, barely passing, as his family life at home continued to play a huge role in his performance at school, and he barely had passing grades. The stress of his life at home contributed to his performance during sports and how he behaved as a son as well. Jack was not living up to his parents' expectations, and he totally failed them as a son because of the rivalry that lasted between his brother and Jack. Jack grew totally separated from the parents' relationship between them totally faded after high school. Jack moved far away and never kept in touch with his family.